This is a real shot from a physical store located on a bustling commercial street in China. There is a clothing salesperson in the store who works extremely hard, shouting loudly throughout the entire morning. However, it's very regrettable that no one entered his store. This makes one ponder, how should physical stores in China continue to operate? Where is the way out for China's physical stores? Even if you shout your lungs out, it may not help. Some people in China say that only by shutting down e-commerce can physical stores do business, but is this really true? Is it really possible to shut down e-commerce? Young consumer groups choose to shop online, while older consumers prefer to carry cash to shop in farmers' markets. This raises the question, where is the way out for physical stores in China? Do physical stores in China still have a future? In the past in China, opening a physical store often brought considerable profits, mainly due to the concentration of foot traffic at that time. In the pre-internet era, all commercial traffic was focused offline, making location-based traffic particularly valuable. Back then, rent and labor costs were relatively low, and choosing the right location almost guaranteed a stable customer base. Moreover, businesses could reach potential customers within a radius of several kilometers through simple promotional methods like distributing flyers. However, with the rise of the internet in China, especially the popularity of e-commerce and social media, the distribution of traffic has undergone significant changes. Nowadays, people are increasingly inclined towards online shopping, ranging from group buying and information inquiries to live shopping, with various online channels emerging endlessly. These changes have not only dispersed offline traffic but also significantly increased the cost of acquiring traffic nowadays. The street-front traffic of physical stores is no longer a guarantee of commercial success, and in some cases, high rent and operating costs may render the operation of physical stores unprofitable. A notable example of this shift is the change in China's catering industry. Traditional restaurants relied on location-based traffic, but with the rise of food delivery and online bookings, catering traffic has begun to shift from offline to online. Platforms like Meituan, despite lacking physical stores and chefs, have become industry giants due to their mastery of massive catering traffic. Facing the fierce impact of internet shopping, Chinese physical store operators are increasingly frustrated. Once, their stores were symbols of the city's prosperity, with a steady stream of customers and booming business. However, with the rise of online shopping, more and more customers choose to click a mouse at home and have goods delivered to their doorstep. Coupled with the deteriorating economic environment in China, operators are feeling unprecedented pressure and concerns. A netizen from Guangzhou, China, captured the current real situation of local physical stores. This netizen stated that physical stores and office buildings in Guangzhou are facing unprecedented challenges. In Guangzhou, a first-tier city with a population of about 19 million, more and more physical stores are struggling to survive. For example, around the Nangang metro station in Old Huanpu district of Guangzhou, we can see that about half of the shops have closed down. One can see a closed shop every few steps, and some shops have been vacant for a long time. Although some people explain that this is due to the upcoming demolition, the actual situation may not be the case. This netizen visited a creative park near the Nangang metro station and found that the shops here are almost deserted, and few businesses are willing to settle in. Even in the shops near Wanda in Nangang, many have closed down. If the vacancy is indeed caused by demolition, then these shops would not post, transfer, or for lease notices. The business atmosphere in Guangzhou has undergone tremendous changes, and the prosperous scenes of the past seem to have become memories. Even though the epidemic has passed for several years, the business of physical stores is still struggling. Many store owners report that business this year is even harder than last year. On the one hand, the economic downturn has led to a decline in consumption ability and customer traffic. On the other hand, online shopping platforms such as Pinduoduo and Meituan have taken away a lot of business, and they often disrupt the market through price wars, accelerating the closure of physical stores. It is particularly worth mentioning that a shopping plaza had to be transformed into a vegetable market because it could not attract merchants. However, this transformation failed to save its declining trend, and it closed down less than 3 months after opening. Now, only a few stalls remain in the plaza, and the entire scene looks very bleak. Moreover, even if a store is open for business, it does not mean that there is business to be done. We can see that many open stores are also deserted. This bleak situation even affects roadside shops and vendors. Some roadside shop owners may have a worse living situation than those who sell along the street or even those who set up stalls. This is because these vendors do not need to pay rent and can freely choose when and where to do business with almost no cost. In addition, the leasing situation of office buildings is also severe. In a creative park near Nangang, most of the entire floor of the office building is vacant, and few companies are willing to move in. Due to the economic downturn, many companies have chosen cheaper office buildings, and some companies may have closed down. Another netizen from Hunan, China also witnessed the dire state of local physical store operations. If physical stores continue to operate in their current manner, most of them may still face the risk of closure, whether in 2024 or 2025. This netizen took their local catering street as an example, observing the phenomenon of excessive competition among hot pot restaurants on this street.
The first is Honyadong Small Hot Pot, followed by Uwaiting Beef Hot Pot. Further down is the newly opened Ngdili String Hot Pot, whose predecessor, also a hot pot restaurant, has closed down. Next is the Xianyusas Sichuan Cuisine, but it's essentially still a hot pot restaurant. Not far away are the old Beijing Yongsheng Xuan Ro Restaurant, 21-hour small pot stew, Zuxiajang Community Old Hot Pot, etc. All hot pot restaurants. Even a grill shop that's being leased out used to be a hot pot restaurant. Hot pot restaurants have sprung up like mushrooms on this street, but many of them are on the verge of transfer or closure.
This reminds me of a story comparing Jewish and Chinese business practices, illustrating the differences in their commercial thinking. After successfully running a gas station in an area, Jews will attract other Jews to open complementary businesses like restaurants and supermarkets, creating a prosperous business district together. However, when Chinese people see a thriving gas station, they often choose to follow the trend and open more gas stations, leading to excessive competition, making it difficult for everyone to survive in the end. Another netizen exclaimed while shopping at the largest supermarket in the area.
They keep talking about how much the economic growth rate has increased again. At this very moment, I happen to be shopping at the largest supermarket in our local area. It's 7 p.m. now, which is prime shopping time. The supermarket is packed with people, and the aisles are completely blocked. Residents are flooding into the supermarket to stock up on daily necessities. Some bring their families, some with elderly relatives and children, some are young couples, and some are students in groups. They all choose to visit this big supermarket during this peak hour to buy daily essentials, snacks, candies, beverages, and more. Shopping carts are filled to the brim, and people are pulling them back loaded with goods. For Chinese people, supermarket shopping is a favorite activity. Regardless of economic conditions, going to the supermarket to buy essentials after dinner is a common practice for many Chinese people. They buy clothes for the elderly, new toys for their children, and stock up on candies, snacks, and fruits during holidays. When relatives and friends come to visit, they have plenty to offer. Alright, I can't chat anymore. I have to rush to shop, otherwise, I might not be able to get in line or grab what I want. The checkout line is already very long, and it may take several hours before my turn. This is the lively and bustling supermarket scene.
This is a large shopping mall in Foshan, China. It's almost May, but the situation of physical stores going bankrupt has not changed, which makes people wonder whether it is rent or other factors that really impact physical stores. This is a bustling area in Foshan and a historic landmark. Friends who have been here before should be quite familiar with it. However, many stores have closed down now, and only a few are struggling to maintain their business. Many businesses still struggling here believe that although rising rents are a problem, the root cause of the current situation is not rent, but the rise of e-commerce. Nowadays, even a 60 or 70-year-old woman can skillfully shop online. Almost everything can be purchased online, from a small needle and thread to a large house or car. At the same time, the products sold in shopping malls can all be found online, and there are more diverse choices. For example, to buy a pair of shoes, it may cost 200 yuan in a physical store, but it may only cost 100 yuan online, and there are many styles to choose from. In addition, if you buy the wrong item, there is the convenience of a 7-day unconditional return policy. Nowadays, most people just wander around the mall for leisure rather than shopping. They may just go out for a walk, buy a small cake, or have a cup of milk tea and then leave. They basically won't make any other purchases. The convenient online shopping method has already met people's daily needs. Traditional physical stores may suffer if they do not change their business methods. In recent years, physical stores in China have faced unprecedented challenges. Statistics show that 3 million small and medium-sized enterprises have gone bankrupt in 2 years. Where is the way out for Chinese physical stores? The wave of closures among Chinese physical stores stems from multiple factors, each posing a significant threat to their survival. Firstly, the development of the internet has made information increasingly transparent. Consumers are now more rational and cautious, with more choices and the ability to easily compare prices and product quality. At the same time, more convenient complaint channels require physical stores to provide higher quality services and products. Secondly, the rise of e-commerce and short video live streaming in China has had a huge impact on physical stores. These emerging sales channels have eliminated intermediaries, making it difficult for physical stores to compete on price. Furthermore, the operating costs of physical stores continue to rise, including rent, labor, products, circulation, and operating expenses, while risks also increase. Meanwhile, the profits of physical stores are constantly declining. In the past, investing 1 yuan might yield a 5 mao return, but now it only earns 5 fun. Physical stores also face reduced traffic due to their inexperience with emerging marketing methods like short video live streaming, forcing them to rely on regular customers for sustenance. However, the final straw that may break the Chinese physical store economy could be the cognitive dilemmas and survival anxieties of business owners. Many owners are too focused on saving face and avoiding reality, causing their stores to sink deeper into trouble. The combination of these factors has led to a massive wave of store closures. The main reasons include the star effect, internet celebrity live streaming rooms stealing most customers, and consumption downgrade. After the epidemic in China, people are increasingly inclined to shop in the live streaming rooms of stars and internet celebrities, resulting in bleak business for offline physical stores. Additionally, the emergence of numerous physical stores in a short period has led to vicious market competition. Coupled with the consumption downgrade caused by the economic downturn, the living environment of physical stores has become increasingly challenging. So, what do you think is the way out for physical stores in China? Welcome to leave your comments and share your views.